Hi, I'm Kendra, and I am the history librarian at San Francisco State, and this is just a super quick introduction to doing research for History 470, Constitutional History. Step 1, don't panic. If you're new to historical research, this video is going to very quickly go over what you need to know and how to get more help. Step 2, find the course guide that goes over how to do research for your course. Your professor will give you the link to this webpage, which has all of the links and reminders on how to search, as well as information about how to get more help. If you need to find that page from the library website, you can find it under Research Help, Research Guides for Specific Subjects, History, Primary Sources. Go to Courses and look for History 470. Step 3. Watch the quick video that will show you how to search for secondary sources. The course guide provides a link to OneSearch, where you can find books and scholarly research articles, secondary sources for your research topic. There are also some quick tips that will show you how to enter your search, how to get fewer results, and how to find only sources available online. If this is new to you, I strongly recommend that you watch the video on the top left.
Step 3. Use keywords to perform a search,
which will show you how to find secondary source books and articles in just under 5 minutes. Step 4. Search for primary sources. If you are new to historical research, you are probably feeling a bit intimidated by needing to find primary sources. That's why, if you scroll down on the History 470 course guide, I have given you a very short list of primary source collections that I suggest you try. If you are a history major or have a lot of experience with historical research, there is a link here where you can find all sorts of resources available for finding primary sources. But I'm guessing that most of you are feeling overwhelmed, so I wanted to just boil things down very quickly. I've got 5 different suggestions for different places to search, and I've got a link to it. I tell you what's in it, and I give you a couple of search tips. Remember that you only need 2 primary sources, so you can probably find everything you need in just one of these options. I want to give you a really quick tip on searching the different resources that I've put here, which are primarily publications and congressional records. I'm going to use the first link, which is a collection of 18th and 19th century magazines, to quickly demonstrate the search tips. If you get a page like this where you're still on the library website, look for the Go to Database link. There are 3 important things to keep in mind when you are searching primary sources. The first is that you are searching the actual texts from the time period, from, let's say, the 18th century, and they're going to use very different words than we would today. The other important thing to keep in mind is that things that we think of as having an official name, like the Commerce Clause or separation of powers, probably weren't nailed down in your time period. So you could search for the Commerce Clause and the Constitution, and you will find some results. But take a look at the date range for when these articles were published. It looks like most of them are from the turn of the 19th century and later. What if you're interested in the time in which the Constitution was actually being written? Let's try another search and just try the word commerce, adding in the word Constitution so that we don't get articles completely off topic. We get a lot more results, but if we scroll down and look at time period, we can see that the articles start a whole lot sooner. If we use this date tool to only show us articles from the time period that the Constitution was being written and debated, we're going to find much better results. Another idea would be to find out when there were key moments that your constitutional topic was in the news. I personally don't know much about the Commerce Clause, so I went on the web and I found a reputable encyclopedia that I recommend. It's called The Interactive Constitution, and it's at constitutioncenter.org. And here I found a nice little article about the Commerce Clause. And the first thing that I noticed is that there was a court case called Gibbons versus Ogden that happened in 1824 that related to the Commerce Clause. That gave me a very specific event to search on. Back in this database of 18th and 19th century publications, I searched for the people listed in this court case. And I decided to specifically look at the time period that court case would have been happening. It happened in 1824, but I'm giving it a little bit more room. And here we go, 26 articles, and right here, opinion of the Supreme Court, Gibbons versus Ogden. Done. Remember that a primary source is a source that was created at the time your topic was happening. So if you're interested in this particular court case that happened in 1824, we want to find articles from the 1820s. If you're interested in the ideas about commerce that were being debated in the 1790s, we need to actually put in those dates of 1790s so that we find articles from that time period. I highly recommend that you not put in dates as a search word, but look for a way to filter by date. Most of these will have an option right on the search page, and they will also have a filter option once you've looked at your search results. Notice right here, a search for commerce and constitution. My first article is from 1840. If I'm interested in the time period in which the Constitution was happening, I'm going to need to tell the computer that. So I'm going to do a search just from 1780 to 1800, and again, 183 results. You only need 2, so you can skim through and pick out the first 2 that seem particularly interesting. As you go, ask for help. Nobody is born knowing how to do research, and that's why libraries have lots of ways to get help. You've got this course guide that I've put together for your course, as well as the videos. There's one on secondary sources, and as soon as I'm done recording this, I will add the primary source video here. You can contact me. My contact info is over here on the right. Send me an email or go ahead and schedule a Zoom or phone meeting with me. You can also chat with the library 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just go to the library's website, click on chat, and you'll be connected with a librarian in just a few moments. And remember, don't panic.